This is the Lidar Exploration Program, which is a game. If you don't know what Lidar is and you don't know what this is, you'll see pretty quickly. I mean, this was based on things other people have done. I think it started with something that people had messed around with in Gmod and then kind of evolved into its own game, which is very neat, by the way. As Lidar is a conceptually interesting thing. I can't read that. You found a suspicious box in your room. Open it. It's not that suspicious. It says Fragile on it. Italians are never suspicious. I didn't clean my glasses properly. Oh my god! It's the thing I just bought. It's what I own. I own this. It's mine. Sorry. Better. Somewhat. You found a mystical CD called the Lidar Exploration Program. Description. CDR. CD-ROM. Do you want to know what's on this disc? Yes. Good-looking PC. I like the mouse. I like the blocky aesthetic. Are you sure you want to insert it? Yes. I like square-looking... That's why my mouse is very square-looking. People look at my mouse and they're like, what the fuck is this? And I'm like, I love this mouse. It was like love at first sight for me. And other people would be like, ugh. But I adore it. That tells you a lot about my styles, I suppose. Sector recovery, known scan location. Ooh. Anomalies detected 1. Observer status unconfirmed. Remember, you are the only observer. Scanny! Okay, I didn't realize it was going to be so old PC themed. I've never seen footage of this game, for reference, or very little. Hello and welcome to the Lidar Exploration Program. My name is Scanny and I will be your assistant, Scanny the Scanner. What are you? I mean, you're a scanner, but like, what part of you am I supposed to hold? You will have to explore different locations and scan various objects. Well, let's not waste time and move on to choosing a level. Okay, Scanny. Oh no, you gotta give me the music, jeez. Let's go. The forest. I still haven't explained what this is yet, but... It's the kind of thing where I almost... Like, you kind of need the game to explain it for me. Just because it's easier to see than it is to... speak. Forest. So, first hold left mouse button to use the scanner. Okay. Great, you're doing well. Now scroll or press to change the scanning radius. Ooh. Great, that's all you need to know. I guess. Thanks, Scanny. This is the Lidar Exploration Program. Lidar? What does Lidar stand? You know what? What does Lidar stand for? I'm gonna look that up right now, because I realize I'm trying to think of like laser-induced... I don't know. Lidar meaning. I'm gonna tell you something very important. Open the map using tab. That's helpful. Light radar. That's all it means. Okay, great. Easy. See the markers? They indicate objects that need to be scanned. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I see them. I see them, Scanny. There are only 6 objects in this location to complete it. Good luck. Good luck. But yeah, we're in the dark. We're in a dark location and we can't see shit. But you can use light to illuminate the location by basically drawing laser dots on the surroundings. And by doing so, it's kind of like raycasting. Like if you think of like a classic like Doom, if you want to see where you are, you shine like a light from where your position is. How far away is the thing from you? Then you know distance. That's kind of how a lot of like, it's raycasting. Classic, it only works from one direction, by the way. Or relatively. Like, look, it's a tree! It's very cool. And that's for a very interesting experience. I like this tree. Sorry, just this one tree. It's nice. Obviously, we shoot more dots at something. It's brighter because it's more filled out. Okay, can I just like... I figured this would be a fun one to do today. I think I just had it ready. Oh, look. I don't know why this gives me, like, dog vibes. If I were to do, like that, and then do, like, a... Terrible. 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 Look at that. Now it looks like chat. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, hey, man. What are you doing? Yeah, but I hope if you guys are ever stuck in a scary world, you get this cool tech. I mean, is this better than a... I guess it stays. It's like, is this better than a flashlight? I don't know, kind of. A flashlight is more useful, and you can kind of get, like, a more, you know, realistic look, but... if you shine it for long enough... Actually, if you shine it for long enough, it all becomes yellow. It all becomes yellow. Or... No, that's not true. It's still orangey, but... No, that is true. It all becomes yellow. Yeah, I just think it's cool tech. God, that's cool. And it's, yes, it's from your perspective, because it's relative to you. Where am I? I do love that you can see... Oh, look at that! Look at my little guy! Not me, but, like... Can I play this as a 2D game? Wow, that's incredible. Okay, so I need to go, like... Oh, fuck. Where... What? That way. Like gateways or something. Oh, what the fuck. Also, things will just appear out of fucking nowhere, which makes sense, because, I mean, that's this game, but... What? Get out of the shrubbery. And this might not technically be a scary thing, like me playing Resident Evil or so, but it's close enough. It seems chill. It seems nice. If I want to chat about, like... I don't know, anything. Scary... mice that I find, if I want to talk about Dissidia, if I want, like anything. It's like a weird, it's like the opposite of Power Wash Simulator. Some guy out there is going to get like a massive stress from this game because they can't put every dot everywhere, and they're going to spend like 24 straight hours doing just one level, trying to meticulously like do everything. Where I'm like, I'm just going to shine down. Though I don't know where I'm going. Hopefully they never find... Is that a hand? No, it's trees. Sorry, there's all just trees. I'm in a forest. I will say the game is very pretty, at least. I almost don't want to cover up the scenery. Because it's like you can see the tree there, and as soon as I start revealing more stuff, less visible that becomes from a distance. Like, even bigger, yeah. Yeah, big. Or smaller. You know what? Smaller might be better. Like a... I think there's like an optimal range for this to like... If it's too big, then you're just not making good, like, visible progress. But if it's too small, and you know, it's just tedious. I guess the goal is to find or reveal things. Like a log. And this, like, weeping willow. And it's funny, it could be very scary. If there's, like, a person in there you can't see, and you scan them, and you see the imprint of a body. But you don't know where they are for real. That's kind of the stuff that they did in some of the Gmod mods and things like that, which was very cool. On a technical level, I think it's pretty neat, to be honest. From what little I can know of it and extrapolate from it. Herobrine. Can't believe he's... What the fuck is that? Did I spray that? That wasn't me, was it? Oh, I guess it become... Well, hey. A gate. Cage? She ings on my willow till I weep. You want to explain what inging is? Maybe it's like minging. Or minging. Don't say that in the UK. They're gonna get mad at you. They're gonna be like, it's not minging, it's minging, and they're right. God, my own footsteps are freaking me out. She ing on my willow till I weep. She haw on my thorn till I would. All right. Keep. What other trees we got? I can't think of other trees. I'm not like. I don't know. I don't know trees. I don't know plants. Don't look at me. I wish I knew plants. I genuinely do. I need to get like a book of the native plants in my area and really read it properly, because I would love to know that. I love to walk around and see the plants and the animals and be like, I know what that is, and I don't. I just don't. I really don't. It's like a fucking the Victorian men from back in the day who just knew a little bit of everything. Like if you were born in the 1800s and you were like of a certain class, you'd be like, yeah, I just know everything about plants and animals, and I just like a Victorian gentleman, like a gentleman scientist who just like learns random shit, and that's all they do. It's like, what a life. Am I stuck on this plant? I've heard that's how, like, people have described that's kind of how they feel people at Valve work when people visit Valve. They're like, yeah, it's like gentlemen scientists. They just kind of like go off on like tangents visiting projects. Everyone on different teams can just be pulled into whatever thing. And everyone's been talking about how like every team at like Valve right now is like no updates are going out for things right now, and they think everyone's all hands on deck to finish off Half-Life Alyx or 3 or whatever the fuck it's gonna be called. Half-Life X. And they're still finding more data strings in the code to indicate, yep, it's being updated for some big title. Give it a couple months. A lot of similar patterns for when Alyx was soon to be announced, they noticed. First of all, people knew Alyx was going to happen before it happened, which I guess validates some things. They were like, oh, look at all these code strings. But also like, yep, everything just shut down for like a month or two. Valve is like a company of like 100 people or something. Maybe that's an exaggeration, but they're like they're not a small company, but they're a tightly staffed company. They don't have like tons and tons of people. Ooh, look at this lovely bridge. Look at this lovely water. I almost wish I could see it splashing. That'd be fun, but with this lovely boat, it's all very lovely. So I use the word lovely more than I probably should. I ought to. It's a good word though. I used to do it more in the past. I've kind of fallen off the habit a little bit, but I thought it was a nice thing to use more positive words. Nice words like wonderful, delightful, beautiful, brilliant. They're very nice. They're lovely. So integrating those into your daily verbiage, whip those out. Even in things that maybe doesn't have to be dramatic. You can just be like, oh yeah, that's lovely, that's great, it's wonderful, that's delightful. Charming. I used to say delightful a lot, and it became a meme with my friends who were like, "Oh, was it delightful? Were you delighted? Was it delightful?" I'm like, "Listen, man, I'm not." It became a thing because I wasn't saying it intentionally. I was just saying it, and then it would come out of my mouth, and I wouldn't think about it, and it'd be like, "Hey, man, what's with the heart beating? What's with the heart beating? What's going on?" This fucking haunted forest. Strange arc? Yes? What's freak tree? Oh, arch. Arc? Congratulations! Anyone seeing the end of Evangelion right now? Not the end of Evangelion, sorry. The end of the show Evangelion, not the movie End of Evangelion. Different. You have to clarify. What's that? But yeah, it's nice to have like a lot of a good vocabulary of positive words to whip out. I think so, anyways. Speaking of which, I have to rewatch End of Evangelion. For reasons of my own personal interest. Just so I can recap what the fuck I don't remember. I'm gonna need the knowledge soon, so. It is nice to just walk around and paint colors into the world. Or rather, just paint the world. This is what people imagine drawings like. Like, oh, you just move and then the drawing appears. Just move your hand, and then things happen. It's like, huh? God, I went that far? Huh. joking, of course, but there used to be the things that people would, you know... Once AI started becoming, like, somewhat okay, and people were, like, doing fake, not real art with AI, and then people were like, oh, prove that you drew this. And then they would just do, like, they would make a layer on top of the image that they AI'd and be like, they'd erase the top layer, and the bottom layer would reveal the art, and it'd be like, well, look, I drew it. Yeah, but yep, that's true. Really impactful. I never knew that it was that easy, but I should have done it myself. What is this? Hole. Green. Oh, whoa. The one thing about getting smaller is you have more distance, which is helpful. Like the big is also like and you know, the big is great for like, oh, is it a fucking treehouse or like a bird cage or of some kind? Walk a kilometer. What's heavier? A kilogram of steel or a kilogram of feathers? That's right. A kilogram of steel. But they're both a kilogram. Steel's heavier than feathers. Thanks, Limmy. Everyone loves Limmy. Limmy's a streamer now, you know that? Good for Limmy. I think he's happy with his current... Okay, what could I draw here? Whenever I don't know what to draw, like a shape, I always do a Triforce. Fucked up the Triforce, but... Yo. Just like when you're drawing like use your finger to draw like a line and like a, I don't know, and a window or something. I'm always like, yeah, fucking, let's do it. Triforce time. Just because it's like, it's an easy drawable shape. Especially if you ever played like one of the DS games and they have to like make you draw it in a very specific fashion to solve a puzzle. And ever since then it's stuck in my mind. And it's like, oh man, Triforce time. Pizza time. What is this? What is this actually? Wait, what is this? Weird ancient ruins? What is fucking... But it's the statue of the kings of Angmar. I don't know. When you learn about like Lord of the Rings history, it's like, wow, all these people in the past were fucking shit. Not that anyone gives a shit about Lord of the Rings history. I just thought of it because I was thinking about the kings of Angmar. I was like, where did Angmar come from again? Wasn't it like 9? Okay, didn't they have like bad history? Okay, I'm stuck. Not even that I'm stuck. I just can't see the floor. You know what this does remind me of is when I went to, like... I have visited Paris, France before. You know? A time in the past. Which was lovely, an amazing trip. It was very lucky. You know, most people don't even leave the country. I got to. It was a very good chance for me. When you get there, and like first of all, I didn't go up the Eiffel Tower or anything, but I was in the area and I could see it like pretty fucking close up. And you think, oh man, gorgeous. But there are people there constantly, at the time at least, were just selling tons of stuff, as you would expect. Hawkers hawking their goods on the ground. They were selling laser pointers, green laser pointers, really powerful ones. I don't know why. And I love laser pointers; they're cool. But and they spent the entire time like demonstrating them and flashing them up onto the Eiffel Tower. So it's like at night and you have the lights on and you think it's going to be a gorgeous, beautiful sight. And there's just tons of little green dots on top of the Eiffel Tower. It's very funny to me. I'm not the one like, oh, I gotta get the perfect shot of me and Petty. I don't fucking give a shit. Fuck Paris. But it has cool stuff in it too. Oh, the water is moving. Ah. But I just thought, what a strange thing. What a strange thing that's happening here. That it's just covered in like green dots. And it feels weird. There's a lot of like people have their little pickpockets and a lot of hawkers on the road. And maybe like you might get some of that in some places, but for the most part you don't. I guess Americans are too aggressive for that to take a stronger hold. We just won't deal with it well enough. Again, it's whenever you always see videos of people and Americans visiting like other countries. A pickpocket tries them and just get fucking like, it's beat up basically. Just, you know, beat the fuck down by someone like, hey, you took my wallet, get the fuck over here, and they just like, get over here. You know, it's kind of that, and it's like, God, man, do you just guys take it in other countries? You don't try to get your shit back. You're just like, oh, it's done. They took it. But I guess it puts it a little bit into perspective, you know, relative cultural differences. I always bring up this stupid thing about like, could you fight a goose in America versus UK? And the Americans are like, yeah, I can fight a goose. And the UK's like, ah, maybe I couldn't. Could you fight a lion? And some Americans are like, fuck yeah. And UK people are like, fucking no, I'm not a moron. Just because of our arrogance, our level of confidence is different in terms of like what we can and can't do. So we're going through here. Ancient artifact. So I go through this gate. There's stuff over there. How do I get to it? Like this way. But yeah, apparently we're not gonna take that. Someone's trying to take our stuff. It's like, no. You're giving it back, or we're dropping you to the fucking ground. We're very violent people, the Americans, aren't we? It's war and strife and revolution. That's all we know. Chaos. Oh, we're going into unexplored territory. What is it? A house? Oh my god. A little hutch. Or hut. Of some variety. These are different. Like a... What is this? Can't crouch, so I don't know. I'm gonna feel like I'm gonna find Skull Kid out here. Just bouncing around. I mean, the forest is a scary place, genuinely. You get paranoid, you get nervous, especially when you're out alone, and you just hear things. Again, I've always said it's the most important thing is like if you think you're alone, you feel safe until maybe you're concerned that you realize you're alone and you don't know if you're alone anymore. Like if I'm like out in the woods and then all of a sudden I hear like a crack, and I know there's wild animals. I see deer all the time, but if I don't know it's a deer and I can't tell what the fuck is this? Skull moose. Oh fuck, I'm right. Skeleton moose. Skeleton deer. What is this? Massive. Or I'm really... Did your mouth just fucking open? Hey man. Don't do that. But yeah, I mean it happens. I've been out in the forest in the fucking dark. And that's even more scary, because then you can't fucking see anything. Inherently very scary. You can get used to it, of course, but deer skeleton, mystic tree, ancient artifact, strange arch, and 2 more in this direction. But I went like, and it's funny, you notice it, like I went outside and it was like darker. It wasn't dark, like it wasn't to where I couldn't see anything, but it was dark enough to where it was visibly dark. I don't know how to, like where everything is just, I thought about it and I was like, well, it's visibly very dark, but I can still see relatively far into the forest, just everything's very dark. Right? Dark doesn't mean you can't see anything. It just, there's more to it than that. And I had to thought of like, why? Why is it, I can kind of almost see the same distance. But I think it had to do with obviously the amount of light, but it affected like the colors. Everything goes a lot more grayscale when it's darker, right? You don't think about that. Maybe some of the gamma, some of the contrast changes. You're not always like overtly aware of that, but maybe in the back of your mind somewhere you have that idea of like, here's what it might look like if the room was darker. Not on the surface level, but you know, in your subconscious, you just know. So it's not weird to me to see that, but I never kind of conceptualized it before. I was like, no, I can still see like far away. I can see that tree over there. But everything still looks different in a way that I would call dark. And it's like, oh, yeah, there's a difference here, isn't there? You know what this reminds me of? Is, that fucking photography game that I played, where you get to like go to like liminal spaces and take photos of ghosts. That was really good. And there's like secret aliens. Go to like a movie theater and they're playing a real movie. That game is excellent. That game is so fucking good. Interior Worlds, thank you. Go to Raptor, great developer. I do own Hypnagogia. I just haven't had time to play it yet because I know it's a bigger one. I played their last game that came out not like last year. Great developer. I want to see more of what they do. This is kind of similar. Where it's like I'm hunting specific things. You walk around in some potentially creepy environments. There's not like a big monster chasing me, and you just go around. Quality gameplay with novelty. Speaking of which, what am I? So there's one more back there. Can I go there from here? I kind of feel like I can. I guess the biggest task in this game is to make a cohesive world. I mean, I always say this, but what does this game look like if you actually model everything? You know what I mean? Like, or not, sorry, if you actually, like, render everything. And not with Lidar. Like, if you just, like, I don't know, I guess it's probably not textured. Maybe it is. I'd imagine it's not, like, it doesn't actually have real textures on it, because when you lighten things, they're all just colors. Maybe it is. Maybe it is just, like, the Lidar, it hits a dot, and the dot reveals a single pixel of texture. Maybe they're all textured, but I don't think so. It's hard to tell. I guess actually that might be. They are colored. But I want to see this rendered properly, fully. And I guess if I want to do that, I got to do this. Although again, it just becomes yellow everywhere. That's the thing. It becomes like perfect bright light. Then it's very hard to like. You know what? There's a color difference. Just a little snail. I don't know what you guys were thinking that was gonna be. That's just a snail. Normal, completely normal creature. Yeah, this little guy. He's snailing around. Yeah, red snails are delicious. They're like slugs, but upper class. You know what? I can't believe there's a caste system in this slug snail society, but that's basically what they are. So where does this lead? It's giving me like another code vibes very vaguely for some reason. It's like Blood Edward Island. You have to find like a key in that like chair to open that gate to go to a dimension for the game that I never finished. Climbing up this mountain. One day I'm gonna stream that game. I ought to. I never finished it. I was gonna like record it all, and I just fucking didn't. Still own it. I still own the collection. Maybe next year. Blood Edward Island. What a fucking name, dude. I guess if you're gonna name an island, naming it something awesome like Blood Edward Island is kind of a gamer choice. You know what I mean? Like, go off. What the fuck? Oh, this is a fucking fan boat. I don't know this is out here. Like, you couldn't do much better than that, in my opinion. Oh, there's all sorts of shit on this area. I don't know, Scum Island. My favorite. It feels like there's, I don't know. It feels like there could be something over there, but I didn't see anything. My name is Blood Edward. It reminds me when I played Guitar Hero as a kid. All my parents, you know, we all made different, like, users, right? Everyone chose somebody. I chose Johnny, my dad chose Axel, whatever. Everyone chose a character for their, like, personal guy. We would take turns, we'd play through, we'd do our, like, little campaigns. And everyone had to come up with a band name, right? Because you have to register your band name. And I was like, what is a rock band name? As a child, I was like, I don't know what a rock band name is. I have no idea. I don't remember what my dad or my sister chose. But I remember my mom chose Hagrid, which actually is kind of a great name. I think that's really funny. And as a young kid, I was like, okay, rock band name's got to be like dark and like violent. I don't know. I have no idea what I was thinking, but I named my band Blood. And I guess I thought that was a good choice. I don't know. I wasn't an edgy child. Maybe a little bit edgy, but I was like, that's what a rocker would call their band. And everyone else was like, I don't know. Again, I would always stress very hard about simple choices. I could have fucking named anything. I just fucking named it the Lynx, or I don't know, something I was interested in. But I was like, no, it's got to sound like a rock band. I did that hard. I was like, Blood. And I guess that worked out fine. And then from that point on, I was Blood. My band was Blood. Very cool, I know. I mean, choosing names is an important thing. I remember my sister bought me Animal Crossing. She wanted me to see me play it. The first night, I spent like 30 minutes struggling over what I should name my town. Which builds up this fucking thing. And my sister's like, okay, just fucking name it already. But now it's like, because I've taken so long, it's now even more important. Because then she'll judge me for whatever I think is good enough. It didn't matter in the end. I think I just chose something random. I chose Elysium, because I was like, I get it, it's like paradise, basically. Good name, quality. But I was like, I don't know what to name my town. Because once you name your town, you name your town. I could just do, like, Funland. Although at the time, I don't know if I was using the fun name. That might have been... Maybe I was, 2020? I might have been. I don't know. Before I had my other usernames that I used beforehand that I was not a fan of, but I had them anyways. But yeah, it's always that way. Naming things, it's important. You want to choose a good name, and sometimes when you choose a name, it sticks. Usernames especially. You choose a username and you're kind of stuck with it. If you don't like it, it's difficult to change. People will know you by your username no matter what happens. The fucking porta potty. Oh my god! Who is this? Oh, a man died. He shit himself to death. Are you Elvis? Guys, we found him after all this time. He didn't die in the toilet. There, he died here. For a second, I couldn't think of an Elvis song, and I just thought of the Rainbow Connection for some reason. Why are there so many songs about rainbows, honey? I don't know why that appeared in my head first. Like, I don't know. Could be like, you're an angel in disguise, or something. You know, a classic Elvis song. But no, I couldn't think of anything. I decided to think of the Rainbow Connection as my preferred. Oh god, there's so much more here. Here's the thing. Actually, it feels like does it not stay forever? I don't know if it does now, because it feels like some of the stuff I'd done before is faded. Let me see if I can go back to the origin. Why are there so many songs about rainbows? And what's on the other side? It's very hard to do Kermit, by the way, because he's a sock puppet. You don't know where to put the dick. It's very hard to do a Kermit impression because it's just it's a weird voice, and that was just like his voice. That was the man's voice. Just what he sounded like, you know. I do like how the sound effects of the water carry over. It feels like some of the stuff has faded a little bit. There's still stuff here, but like, how did I get over here? Yeah, look, as I'm painting this, some of the stuff from earlier is going because I can see it. I can see it go. Okay, well that at least illuminates my worries a little bit, or lessens my worries. I was like, on one hand, I wish I could color in everything, but on the other hand, it means I don't have to like get every single little bit, because you can't, except for like the important stuff, like this guy. Okay. I'm stuck button. That's great. Every game should have that. There's probably a mode to color everything, but I wonder if it's just like intensive. Did I not unlock a level? What happened? Oh, I didn't read what Clippy said. He said something and I wasn't paying attention about the things I had found. Maybe there's like one more thing that I have to find. I almost played something else today, by the way. It's funny. Do I have to restart? Oh, I do have to fucking restart. Okay, let's speedrun time. This game isn't hard if you're not taking your time, like I am. So I could probably whip this out in like 2 seconds flat. Yeah, I was almost gonna play something else today. There's a typing game. There's a typing... You know, like games like Buckshot Roulette where you get to like shoot yourself on the head? It's like that. But instead, it's a typing competition. And here's the thing, I can type really quickly. I learned typing in school. They brought out these little machines for us to learn how to type. Not computers. Like these little like keyboard style things that you'd have on a desk and you'd cover your hands, or I think you'd cover your hands, I don't remember. Like touch typing, you know, learning how to like use the middle row and use the top row, that kind of a thing. And I did learn how to type. And there's some things I don't have correctly. I've never been good at the number keys, ever. And I'm still bad at them. Those are things that slow me down. I don't use the right finger for the letter P. And they're not always like stable, and sometimes I'll lose my grip and I'll just like have to look down and be like, oh, where are my fingers again? Fuck. But for the most part, I can touch type relatively well and relatively quickly, especially when I'm focusing. Which is nice. Really think it would have saved, but I guess not. Fuck me. So I can't help but feel like I'm gonna just fucking ace it. Although there's gonna be the guy with like 120 words per minute playing it constantly. Becomes his favorite. It's only a demo, but it lets you play it like repeatedly, at least the the base mode, which seems pretty good. I could sink like 2 hours into that because I like typing. It seemed like fun, so I might play that Friday. Also, I'm getting a lot of comments on my VOD for Slay the Spire about, hey, it's good. You should try this. So I am gonna probably do another stream of that. Maybe this weekend if I have time, just to like explore some of the other endings. Apparently, there's a lot of good endings I missed out on, or endings I would have gotten that that people think I would have gotten or would have chosen to do if I had had the opportunity, but for one reason or another I didn't. Where am I? For whatever reason. And maybe they're right. I don't know. But yeah, I guess I probably ought to. There's a lot in that game. A lot of cool stuff in there that I haven't seen. That would be worth seeing. I just like running through a forest at night. It's funny when as soon as something startles you, you're just on edge. You know what I mean? Like if you're just doing something normally, and then something throws you off your groove, then all of a sudden everything is like off. Doesn't matter if you can validate that, oh, there was nothing there. You hear a crack when you're walking around on a stick. That wasn't you. Then you're on edge. Everything is fucking frightening then. And because of that, it's like, oh my god. Oh my god. You just want to like run and get out of there. And the problem with doing that is because if you start running, let's say I'm in the forest and I hear something and I'm like, oh fuck, that freaked me out. Let me get back quicker. That only makes you more nervous, because then your body's like, what are you running from? Huh? What are you running from? You stressed? You stressed? You running from something? Is there something to run from? Is there something over there? What are you running from? And then you're even more stressed because your body's like, oh, this guy must be running for a reason. And you don't realize it, and you trick your body into being like more afraid. And you freak the fuck out. Maybe it's just me, but basically what I'm saying is don't run. Don't run. Don't be scared. Don't run. Act normal. Because I've done that. I've fallen for that fallacy. It's like, I could just run and be quicker. It's like if you're like, oh, you know, a child's idea. You gotta go to the basement. You know? You gotta go to the basement, turn off the light, put the clothes in the dryer or whatever. I don't have a basement. I've never had a basement, so that's like a fucking Home Alone bit. But you go in the basement and turn the light off, and they have to walk up the stairs in the dark. If you run, then you're more scared. If you just walk it like a fucking normal person, then you're not as scared. Office, everybody. Yeah, I know. Objects. Objects. Oobleck. Good luck. Collect the 6 red coins before the time runs out. Good luck. And there was a time where I don't know why I went, like, sometimes I go outside when it's way too dark, but it's like, I haven't been outside, I want to walk, I want to be in nature for like 2 minutes, and then I'll go outside, because I'm fucking desperate. Done that before. And it's like, obviously too late. And people are like leaving the area that I'm entering, which is never a good sign. It's like, clearly they're leaving because it's late, and I'm entering way too late, and I know it's gonna get dark soon. But I did that once. I remember doing it on a trail at my campus on college, because they had a lovely, like, huge, massive nature trail and a lake that they did. It wasn't like a man-made lake; it was a real lake, proper big lake too. Very helpful for the ecology students, I would imagine. And I went down there like way too late, so it was getting dark. And I went way far out, and once you're way far out, it's like, oh, I know what route I went to come in here. All of a sudden, I couldn't see very well at all, and I could barely see the trees in front of me. It's getting so dark, where it's like, I really gotta go back. And that was when I just couldn't get out. I couldn't get out of the forest. I didn't know which direction to go. I was following these trails, and I was like, this trail leads this way. But I feel like I've been here before, and I went to this other trail, and it wasn't the right trail, and I couldn't get out of there. And once that happens, you start freaking the fuck out, because it's like, I can't get out of here. Where do I go? It's darker. It's getting darker. I'm about to not be able to see. Well, as soon as it gets too dark, I'm not going to see anything. It's going to be too dark. And I'm going to be, like, stuck. Someone's going to find me missing. I'm going to be dead. Sleep under a tree. But no, that's when you start freaking out. And that only makes it worse. Because then there's a part where, like, I'm running down these trails as fast as I can through the forest in almost very little light. Not quite pitch black yet, but it's getting fairly fucking dark. And freaking the fuck out. Maybe someone ran past and I couldn't catch him. I remember thinking, like, I came up with a story in my head, because I do that often. Maybe I'm a psychopath, but I also often come up with, like, little scenarios and stories while I'm doing things. I'll just be, like, sitting there and I'm just thinking, like, I'll have both sides of a conversation happening in my head while I'm doing nothing. Of people. Sometimes it's me and someone, but sometimes it's just like little things. And maybe that's a little freak behavior, but listen, okay. I always have like conversations in my head, not in a psychopath way, but in like I'm coming up with stories way. But I'd come up with a scary story about someone getting lost in the woods and running, and they see somebody running past them, and they think, oh, whatever. Looks, normal person, looks kind of like them. And they feel like they're repeating. They keep seeing the same path again. Tricky. Like, basically, I mean, it's based off of what I would do. And the whole gist of the idea was that the person that they see running is going to be them running. Like, okay, they're not freaking out yet. They're walking by. A guy runs past them, looks kind of like them, whatever. As time goes on, they can't find their way out. And they keep trying to stop this guy. The guy just runs past them, frantically running. The same guy, seemingly. So at some point they're like, fuck it. I need to catch up to this guy. I need to talk to this guy. I need to ask him for help. So you start running. They always seem just out of reach. Just a little bit out of reach. You can never catch this person. But you try as fucking hard as you can. And then it leads to, of course, to the point of, like, you run by somebody else who's just standing there. And you're like, you think about stopping, but you're so close to catching to this guy that you were trying to get earlier, that stopping to this guy who's not even going anywhere is probably not helpful. What the fuck? Oh my god, a windmill. And the whole bit of the story was like, oh, it's a story about you're running past yourself in the past, and you're stuck in a time loop, and you can never get out of there, and it's freaky. Because that's what it felt like to me. I felt like I was stuck in a goddamn loop, and I couldn't get out. And I was just trapped in the forest, and I was gonna, like, die rotten and alone. Which obviously didn't happen. I managed to finally get out. Not in the entrance I started in, but somewhere. And I was okay. And that was on campus. That's kind of like a learning experience of, like, don't do that shit. Be fucking careful. Don't let yourself get stuck someplace stupid. Don't go out late at night. Be careful. Bring a fucking flashlight. I mean, if you have a flashlight, then surely you can at least see the signs, and you'll be okay, but you have to be able to see those things. And with no light, I didn't. Exit marker is weird. Exit marker, that's what I was missing. Yeah, very much like Interior Worlds, where you also have to do, you also have to find the exit. Thank you, Scanny. So what's the lore? We have a dead man in a bathroom, we have a deer that opened its mouth, and a couple of ancient artifacts. There's probably lore. There's probably like a story here if I'm paying attention. Somebody called MatPad. Get him out of retirement. Quick. I got a theory for him. Maybe... Would it be this way? Maybe it would be this way. I mean, he could just get his his people running the channel now, but... I don't want Game Theory to do it. I want MatPat specifically. $50. You do it for me? Beautiful, baby. Thanks. I hope he's living a happy, successful, fulfilling life, man. Good for him. Ruined temple. Everything looks so far away on the map, but it's like it takes like no time to get there. Whoa, what the fuck? Or my vision started warping. Huh. I found 0 out of 3 animals. What does that mean? Like alive? Living animals? Because that's worrisome. Island. Yeah, let's do this. Like what said, it took me 11 minutes when it actually took me an hour because I did it twice. But don't worry about that. Eland. Now you can use the detailed scan. The detailed scan. Where am I? Oh! Oh! It's one of these! It's one of the modes where it goes from, like, top down. That was always a cool thing in light art, when you can, like, do this. Oh, that's neat. And it's like... It is like Power Wash Simulator. On an island. Oh, I am. I'm fucking on, like, Koholint Island. There's tents and shit. If I do this, what happens? Oh, it's just a slower, more detailed scan. Ah, actually, you know, that's fair. Is it a slower, more detailed scan? I don't know if there's any difference, actually. Well, nice. That's good to know. People see islands as such a lovely thing, but you think they'd be terrifying. Because if you ever get transported to an island, maybe just by a guy on a boat, it's like if that guy leaves, you're just dead. There's nothing to do. There's nothing to eat. You can try to fish and survive. If it's a small island, there might not be any guarantee of fresh water. Oh, I'm swimming. So I don't know why that took me by surprise, but I didn't think the water would be water. I know that's a stupid statement, but listen. Alright, I'm not known for being scintillatingly bright, alright? What am I, Carl Pilkington? This menacing aura. Again, if it wasn't for the menacing music, I would just put on, like... Nah, oh, we're in a cage. Like the fucking cage around, Big Boo's haunt. So I don't know why, I always like that level. It's just a cool idea of, like, conceptually. Think about Mario 64. It's a good scary level. But it's like, you find a little, like, a house in a cage, like a bird cage, in a pavilion, in the back, in the back garden. And you go inside of it, you shrink down and you jump inside of this, and then you're in this giant haunted mansion, in a giant cage. It's like, whoa, this is weird. What a weird way of getting into you have all these paintings and stuff, right? But that specifically is one level. It's like the way you get into it is unique and interesting, and like the aesthetic is dark, and it's just this music that plays constantly. It's like, what the fuck? It's a great level. Awesome. I like that level a lot. H. Shooting that? Oh, there's a fucking ship! A one-eyed Willy. He's gotta get his gold. Shipwreck. Listen, up there is their time, but down here is our time. We gotta make it count. Because we're kids on a mission. Alright, I'm just thinking about the Goonies. If I think of a pirate ship like this, just on, like I think of the Goonies. Classic children's movie. Where kids go on a fucking adventure. With very cool sets. Listen, in that movie, they get to play a fucking bone piano. How fucking cool is that? Just saying. Alright. The lady uses her knowledge of reading sheet music. Also, I realize that puzzle looks so difficult. It's like, you gotta read sheet music? I feel like it's hard to forget how to read sheet music. It's not complicated. All you need to know is a single note, and you can figure out every other note. Like, I'm not great at, like, piano, but I can read sheet music. I could figure out what the fuck I'm playing at the bare minimum. Even if I couldn't play it, like, quickly or, like, together. I could play it. I could play the individual notes or hand pieces one at a time. And maybe I can matter. Maybe when I was younger, it seems more impressive. But it's kind of a thing. It's like it's almost like a basic. No, it's like a knowledge check. If you just don't know reading sheet music, obviously you can never do the puzzle ever, and you're not going to know anything. But if you know like a marginal amount about music and sheet music, then you will know how to solve the puzzle. But it's treated as like, oh man, I had years of piano lessons. I don't remember. What's B flat? It's like, what do you mean? And maybe I guess here's the thing. I never thought about it before as a child. But that's because I didn't have much music knowledge as a child. Now that I know music, it's like, okay, now it just seems much sillier than it did at the time. Still seems cool, a music puzzle. Where you have to play a song on a bone piano, otherwise the floor falls apart and you just die. I don't know, pretty fucking cool. This? Bones? Oh, it is bones. What is this? What creature is this? A whale? Hello? You're dead. Ugh. Oh, even I don't know. It just says skeleton of some creature. Cool creature. Like those big skeletons in Breath of the Wild. It was the windfish. Yeah. Keep dreaming, Buster. Keep dreaming, Buster Brown. Whatever you say. Oh, we're at the edge of glory. Am I just really big, or these places, they seem kind of small? I'm just really fucking tall in this very tiny world. Or maybe just everything is not scaled very well in this game, and you know what? That's fair. That's the mountain. Where is the mountain? You know, I still haven't done the Flipnote stream that I was talking about. The one thing about doing this Flipnote stream that I've been promising is that it's going to be really embarrassing to look at the shit I downloaded. And I'm going to have to make a clarifying note that even after Flipnote ended, I used the bootleg service that people use to keep making them. And there was a time in my life where I would just download anything that was relevant to my interests. I don't know if that's relatable to anybody else, but if you're really interested in something, or just have an interest in something, or it's something you know, it's like, oh, I recognize that. And it doesn't even matter if you actually find whatever you're downloading interesting or of relevance to you. It's because it has the thing you know. It's like, oh, I know this thing. And because you know the thing, you download the thing. Even though it's not like the specific, whatever, if it's like a meme of some kind, or it's a crab. It's a fucking crab. Big fucking crab. Or it's people making like a furry animation of FNAF characters. And it's like, okay, I'm not interested in that necessarily, but I liked FNAF, so I was like, oh, fuck it, I'll download it, whatever. I didn't even think about it. And there's a lot of that. It's like, oh, you know, it had the thing. Or sometimes it was like, it had a song I liked, and I was like, okay, let me get as many Flipnotes with this song in it for some reason. I don't know how the kid brain works. But it's almost like, oh, these are a bunch of Flipnotes using this song that I like. This Cascada song or this Bass Hunter song. I can walk on water, I can fly. Da, 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 da. I did it wrong, by the way. The song was incorrect. I was like, okay, unrelated. I don't even know these characters, but it had the cool song, and I was like, fuck it, I'll get it. And that was the time when Flipnote just ended, so I was like, okay, now that I'm using the bootleg servers, I'm gonna save every single thing I watch, because I can't lose them again. And so there's a lot of shit in there that's like I don't remember liking or watching this, but it's there. Another thing that was also just like, wow, someone just animated a clip from an episode of a show. Like, well, this is just SpongeBob. This is just a clip from SpongeBob that someone reanimated and held their DS up to the TV so that they could listen to the sound. And it was just because, I don't know, I guess I liked SpongeBob and I wanted to watch a partial bit of an episode to remind me that I liked it. Where the fuck am I? Oh, this way. Speaking of songs, I heard today that there's a Japanese demo for a Katamari that featured different music. Interesting. When does Katamari come out this year? Comes out. There's a lot of games coming out in October that aren't horror related. First of all, I'm going to pick up Pokemon. I've already picked it up. I've actually pre-ordered it. I bit the bullet and I was like, you know what? After reading some reviews about it, saying like, okay, yeah, the city's kind of not the greatest. It's not the best exploring, but there's a lot of side quests and there's a lot of fun. You can spend 20 minutes diving and just collecting Pokemon, and the battling is fun or whatever. I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna get it. I feel like I should probably get it. I'm gonna get it. So I'm getting that. Katamari's coming out soon. There's other games out soon too. I've been playing like, you know, Hades on my own. I need to finish up like Kirby. I feel like there's other games coming out soon that I'm interested in. Also, what the fuck is this? Oh, he's sinking. He's sinking. Where you going, man? Bye. He fled. The giant pirate skeleton is under the water. But yeah, Katamari is one where it's like, oh shit, I forgot Katamari was even happening. And so soon? Not gonna be finishing DQ for Pokemon, it seems. Yeah, but I'm not gonna stream Pokemon tomorrow. I thought about it. Maybe I'll do it. I could take a day off from order stuff to do Pokemon, but I was like, I might just wait. Not so urgent for me. The only reason I would do it the day of was to get like people watching. And no one's gonna watch me on day one anyways. I might as well wait a little bit, and then people are like into it, and then they'll watch someone because they want to. Oh, that's a shark! Holy fuck! I don't know why that scared me, but the splash of water freaked me the fuck out. Just a shark. It's Cortex. It is Cortez. Oh fuck, you're right. The Spanish conquistador, Cortez's gold that he stole from the Mayans or the Aztecs, was it? That would not be here tomorrow. I can't get to work at my grandma's, but I'm gonna call in on Friday to play it. Fair enough. I've heard it's good. It's gonna probably be a lot of fun. But I'm like, maybe I should wait for that. I still want to play Omori. I was going to wait until after I beat Resident Evil, assuming I can do it. Again, I have no idea where I am in Resident Evil. I'm not someone who knows. I don't know, like, once I get the 4 death mask and I get the thing from the coffin and put it in the thing, is that the end? Or is there just a lot more to explore? The mansion is like a small size, right? Relatively speaking, so it's like, I guess it's feasible. But it feels like there's a lot like coming out in recent times. And I know there's more than Pokemon and Katamari, but as of right now, I can't think of it. Which doesn't, you know, it doesn't help my argument that there's a lot coming out, because if I can't think of it, then clearly I'm wrong. But, you know. Bench is small, but you can flip it upside down. Okay, this is not Castlevania Symphony of the Night. It's Resident Evil. Shoot dogs on sight. You know, very different kind of game. Come on, what dogs are you killing in Symphony? It's probably dogs. It's probably like bone dogs or something. Hellhounds, or I don't know. Can I tell you how much I like Cascada and Bass Hunter and that kind of electronic music? Big fan. Great, big fan. Huge fan. It's like my style of electronic internet music. It's very good. Is there like anything? Sorry, there's this, and it's like I'm on the level. There it is. What is it? Ooh. What the fuck is that? Oh, it's a lighthouse! Have I told you how much I like lighthouses? Part of that was due to Submachine. I just thought because of Submachine, I always thought they were neat. Whole, like... The idea of a lighthouse in the sea, sailing. Just an image of, like, a black and white lighthouse drawing was cool to me. I'm not gonna do post-game New Game Plus with Jill. I'm only doing Chris. I think they're slightly different, aren't they? They're not like identical, but they're kind of slightly different. Unless it's something that you need to do or have to do, that it's like really worth doing. I have no idea. I just know that you can choose which character to play as, and I think there's some different results when you do that. I mean, you haven't fucking played Resident Evil. What are you, some kind of Resident Evil fan? Don't lie to me. Goddamn liars in this chat room. Yeah, I knew that, like, Benny Benson, Big Boy Bonner, what's his name, is in Jill's route and not Chris. Whatever the fuck his name is. It's something like that. The guy that they mentioned who is fucked up. Is there a canon route? Barry, thank you. Berold. There must be like a canon route of the people who live and die. Right? Or something like that where it's like, oh, Chris is the real one, but Jill's there too, is the alternate route. The weird route, I don't know. Yeah, I thought that like there was slight differences between the two, but for the most part it's more like, do you want to do this or that? I've heard Jill is easier. Not in that way, I just mean like, as in like it's just an easier route than Chrissy Boy. What is this thing over here that I'm trying to scan? Oh, where the fuck am I? Sorry, you get lost very easily in this game. There's something over here that I'm meant to be, like, fucking scanning, dude. But I can't find it! It's missing! Fossilized skull? Wait, where? What the fuck is that? You stupid. But yeah. But I'll keep at it. I mean, I have no idea what the length... I know it's relatively short, so if I'm taking a while, it's because I'm stupid. What? Oh my god, that entire thing is a skull. Wow, I didn't even notice that. Got fucking, like, Skull Island over here, dude. That one reminds me of Subnautica. Oh, the game that, like, didn't scare me at all. And everyone who just scared of Subnautica are little bitches. That's not true. I don't think that. It didn't scare me, though. Not a skull. You're not a skull. You're just a miserable little pile of secrets. No, you're what's Frederick? Oh, good old Fredo? Yeah, what is that? What the fuck is... Oh, that's the exit. I love that there's, like, I love that you can, like, scan the exit. That's kind of neat. Zoom. I did pretty good there. Congratulations. Ugh. Can everyone stand around me in a circle and clap while I look up at the sun and smile as the camera pans? I'd appreciate that. It would make me feel better. If you can't manage that, I understand, but, you know, that would be my hope. Secrets will be taken to the grave. Imagine having a grave. I've said it before. I don't know. I either want a family tree or a mausoleum. It'd be really freaky and weird and have, like, a gravekeeper. Wait, where are we? Where did I choose to go? Sorry. What level am I on? I did not read. Gotta be ritual for a grave these days. It's the sunken city. I mean, you gotta be ritual for anything these days. Living's gone up. Gotta watch that movie called In Time. where time is literally money in the most obvious allegory, well, not the allegory, the most obvious, like, visual metaphor of all time. They're not subtle about it, which I guess makes it okay. I didn't mind it, but it's like, yo, the time you left in your life is on your wrist, and you pay stuff using your wrist. So if you spend, like, you know, 2 minutes of your life to buy that cup of coffee every morning, you can gamble your life to make more time, because time is money. You get it? And it stars Justin Timberlake as a guy with, like, who gets given, like, a fuck ton of time. And then there's people who have, like, fucking... The rich people have eons or whatever, and the poor people are, like, dying on the street because they don't have any more time left to get, like, to get anything. I wonder what they were getting at, you know? It's a crazy concept. I don't get any of the subtleties of it. Ooh, what does that say? Wait, what? Wait, what? Wait, there was text there, and I can't read it anymore. Oaxaca. There's signs here that, like, if you spray them too much, they go away. But yeah, you can't criticize something for being. What's a train car? Too oblique when it's not trying to be subtle. If it's trying to be like a little, like, you know, a little. Oh, you don't know what I'm doing. I don't know why I said that. I just thought it was like you tap your fingers together. That's the words that people come out of your mouth. They're trying to be like not subtle about it. Then let them not be subtle. More fun that way. It's obvious as fuck. Pound it into their fucking brains. I guess it was a fun concept, anyways. What the fuck is this? Shell City? We went to Shell City. We got the crown. I don't remember what SpongeBob says. Sorry, I can't remember. Too late. I need to watch another cartoon show of youth. That way I can go into my, like... I gotta go into my Ren and Stimpy arc. What's a good cartoon? Save the day. I don't remember what he says. We beat the Cyclops. Whatever, you know, he has a thing. I need to go into my Rugrats arc pretty soon, you know? I can't be doing this if I'm not gonna go into my Rugrats Devo arc. What is that? Whittle Skeleton? What does it say? I don't know why I'm only thinking of, like, classic Nickelodeon cartoons for some reason and not anything else. Like Ren and Stimpy, Rugrats. I don't know, I'm gonna start fucking watching Rocket Power, a show I've never seen in my life. Whale Skeleton. Yeah, what's with... Is everything sunken? Started in a forest, and we started getting more and more watery. Watery doom. Doug. Oh, fuck, Doug, Mr. Dink. Hello, Douglas. Now, Skeeter, dude, I can't wait to go on my Doug arc. That's what it's got to be. I gotta go into my Doug arc. I know a lot of people who talk so much about rocket power. I'm like, what the fuck is it? Why do people give a shit? People riding what, rocket powered skateboards? Is that it? Is that cool? Cool. Yeah, but I could hit it with Doug. I could go into a you know, major Doug moment. Regular extreme sports. Okay. Well, I don't even care. No, I don't care. I never liked the way it looked personally, and it doesn't seem like something I'd want to watch. Like, I know people talk about the visual. I was like, I don't hate the visual style, but I was like, I don't love it. The Jackie Chan animated show is the best. I don't want to watch the Jackie Chan animated show. By the way, rest in peace, Jackie Chan. He's not dead, but I hope he gets good rest. I say that. I checked Blue Sky later today, and it's like, oh fuck, he died. I was right. I like how a Ferris wheel is just working at the bottom of the ocean. You guys are both talking about the Jackie Chan show. I don't want to watch the Jackie Chan show. What's so good about it? It's got Jackie Chan in it? It's martial arts? Okay. Cool. Let me watch the Karate Kid cartoon and be, like, disappointed that it's not like the movies. Shaolin Showdown. Zhou in Monk. What the fuck are these things? What are you guys talking about? You're speaking another language. I'm gonna go back and watch Dexter's Laboratory in the episode where he sings with that one guy who's an old 70s musician who did the song Rolling Pony. There's a lot of forgotten shows, cartoon-wise, that just, like, people just, like, they left. Some are Cartoon Network, which I have to remember. Like, Cartoon Network was Dexter's Laboratory. We had Ed, Edd and Eddy, right? Johnny Bravo! Some various others. This, you know what this does scratch? Like, Subnautica's great, whatever, Explore the Ocean, great. Oh my Jesus! God, Lag City. I like exploring the ocean. I would like to explore an ocean that has stuff in it that's like... Oh, and it does, actually. No, it's pretty good. Subnautica's pretty good in that aspect. But I guess I don't want it to be like a survival game. I'd rather just be like, I'm exploring a place that is populated with people. You live in a town, and there's people there, and it's underwater, and you get to freely walk. You're not stressed about, like, your air is running out, necessarily, unless it's a tense situation. But remove the survival aspect and maybe add a more story-based and different approach. And I would really enjoy it. Jackie Chan show had really creative powers and magic. It had some great running gags, some creative action scenes, and it featured an ongoing story. Interesting. You say all of those things, and it sounds good on paper, and then I read the name again, I was like, I don't know. I actually think genuinely calling it the Jackie Chan Animated Adventure really puts me off of it more than it should. I'm like, what, it could just be some unique show on its own? Naval Mine. Oh, Jackie Chan Adventures, sorry. Same difference. I mean, come on. For some reason, that actually does put me off of it a little bit. I don't even know why. More than if it was like, I don't know, fucking the Kung Fu Power Hour. I have no idea what I could call it. I don't have good names. Don't ask me. I don't even. I know it's a little about the show that I can't even accurate. I don't even know. Do they do Kung Fu? What do they do in the show? Wu Chong. Wait, what is it? Everybody, Chang Wang Chang. What is that song? Get Wang Chung tonight. Everybody Wang Chung tonight. Everybody have fun. What a weird song. What does that mean? They made up that song. They made up a word. No. Everybody have fun tonight. Everybody Wang Chung tonight. It's like, what? You just made up a word that. What is it called? Let me look it up. Very quickly, so I'm not going crazy. Everybody. Wang Chung is Chinese for yellow bell. Band's bassist has said, it means whatever you want it to mean. Yeah, everybody have fun tonight. Everybody Wang Chung tonight. I think my Vietnamese grandma likes the everyone was kung fu fighting. They used to use the da 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 a lot. Like there was the song by the Vapors in the 80s called I'm Turning Japanese. Yes, I'm turning Japanese, I really think so. And there's a little bit of that bass lines in there. And then you have like the David Bowie song's got a little bit of the da 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 da. Everybody was fucking using it, man. What the fuck? Where did that even come from as a thing? Some like a weird musical like motif to indicate like I don't know, what do you call it, the Oriental motif? I guess that's what they would have called it. I mean, you watch like you know, a John Hughes movie like Pretty in Pink, and they have the Asian exchange student, and he's a freak, and he gets drunk, and he has his way with like the pretty lady. He's like, okay, yeah, this is good. We're doing this now, because he's like, but every time he shows up on the screen, they have like a cymbal crash, and a da 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 da. That's like, what do you mean? Things have changed. It's illustrating a point that things have changed a lot. It's very funny to me. It's such a ridiculous character that I don't think I mind, but I'm sure some people would mind a lot more than I would. Again, I always take my barometer of like, do I care? Would my grandma care? My grandma was like, I don't think she would give a shit, so I probably don't give a shit too much either. But I think it's a good barometer, relatively. I mean, not about everything, jeez, but certain things I'm like, yeah, okay, that's a chained building. What the fuck? I've talked about underwater habitation before, by the way, which has always fascinated me, and it still fascinates me greatly. It's like a secret passion of mine. And I would say, I always had the, you know, these are things I've stolen from various media, but the whole idea of, you know, if you put it, you ever have to take a bath as a child, and you have a cup of water, and you push the cup down, you flip the cup upside down, and you push it down in the water, and it bounces up, right? And you can push it down, and the inside of the cup is pressurized, and is full of air still, right? And because of that, it's topsy-turvy. If you do that exact concept, but you just chain it on, like, the corners onto the floor, let's say of the bath, then it stays afloat. You can even keep it suspended under the water. It can bob around and it can move, but then it's under the water and relatively stable inside. It's pressurized. You would need other things to pump in and out fresh air, you know, et cetera, but it's a good way of doing it. And then you always have to keep in mind, okay, you have generators, you have pumps, maybe you're using geothermal power underneath, you know, sea vents on the floor to power. Chain it, keep it underwater. You also don't want, like, water pressure changes and it's fluctuating and floating. You don't want it as a rigid object. One of those cups are plastic, for example, but if you get, like, a slightly softer, more flexible body of material, think of like a jellyfish house. Or other aquatic animals are available, and you could live in, like, underwater habitation, and it would be like this cool, flexible, neat house under the water. You could farm fish. It's a lot of there's cool stuff. Farm kelp and get people the protein they need to survive. Get yourself a kelp shake, all right? Again, I don't know why it captured my imagination so much as a kid, but that underwater living shit was, like, really neat to me. Then there's the whole thing about, like, liquid oxygen is really neat to me. It still is really neat to me. I get how you get freaks like, not David Cameron, that's the fucking former UK Prime Minister, James Cameron, who's, like, obsessed with, like, diving. So is, like, Gabe Newell. He has, like, submarines and shit. Some people just, like, you get how they get really into it. Although I wouldn't be doing, like, getting myself a yacht. I'd want, like, to invest into the technology. I'd be like, okay, here guys, do some research. I want you to research underwater habitation. We're gonna get into this. All right, we're doing this. We're doing this legit. Try some experimental housing. Get it low. Get some better, like, underwater movement. I mean, one of the bigger worries, I guess, is fucking up ecosystems, but hey man, we're running out of space on land. We need space. Ocean's fucking most of the planet. Just choose your zone correctly. Maybe it was partially stuff like sailing, lighthouses, SpongeBob. All these things collate in, like, an interest in sea. And these are initially, SpongeBob was very, like, heavily influenced by, you know, marine biology, because Steven Hillenburg was a marine biologist. It started as a comic he wrote while he was studying. It was called The Intertidal Zone. Initially, the pilot was like, it was Sponge Boy, which became SpongeBob. Probably because he didn't want SpongeBob to be a child. He wanted to be a man with a job. Very important for Steven Hillenburg, that. We mentioned it before. That's the only reason that he goes to boating school is because the studio was like, we gotta have him be, like, doing school. Like, kids can relate to school. Like, no, he's not. He's not a kid. So it's like, his turn was like, okay, he's gonna go to a school that adults go to. Boating school, so he can be with the other adults and learn how to drive. That was the whole. This was added for that express purpose, which is very funny. And then as soon as he died, they made, like, a spin-off when SpongeBob was younger and he's going to, like, summer camp in school because he's got to be relatable. What the fuck is this? Oh, oh my god, it's a diving suit. Because fuck. You know. Oh, it's shaking. It's moving. You know, fuck respecting the legacy of a man who created the show that made you, like, a ton of money. Fuck that. No. Just, once he dies, fuck it. Do whatever you want. Screw him. Like how, like, Robert Zemeckis and Steven Spielberg and others, whoever worked on it, were like, yeah, we're not ever going to do Back to the Future remakes or anything like that. But as soon as they die and the rights pass back to, like, the studio has free reign, it's immediately going to be fucking done. Like, as soon, the day Robert Zemeckis and Steven Spielberg are both out of the picture, they're like, okay, guys, it's time. They're dead. We're doing it again. We're remaking the shit. Fuck the legacy. Fuck whatever they wanted. No. They're dead. We're doing it. You know it's going to happen. You know it's going to happen. That's just how it works. They don't give a fuck about legacy. No. Respecting the wishes of the creators. Fuck it. No, you gotta get money, man. You gotta get money. You gotta get the moolah. The sponduli. That's the most important thing in life. Didn't you watch that movie where money is time and time is money? I forgot to blink. My eyes are like really watery. What the fuck? Maybe the game is just very straining on the vision. I unlocked the bats scan. When I hear someone repeating fuck a lot, I think of that one scene near the end of Metal Gear Rising with Senator Armstrong. I've seen that, but I can't think of it explicitly. It's not a game I've actually played, because I've never played a Metal Gear game. I'm gonna rectify that, by the way. I will rectify that, but not yet. How did that sound, by the way? How did that good gurgling sound for me, like, sucking up the water? I hope it was pleasant. No, but because the point was that there was a lot of, like, fun marine stuff in SpongeBob, and I always like that. Bats are now available to you. Press E. What the fuck? Yeah, just fucking throw bats. Yeah, whatever the fuck, who cares? I get it, because bats they use echolocation to find their way. Do you see why they chose bats and nothing else? That was another thing I was fascinated by as a kid, was echolocation. Because I heard the fact that, like, humans can learn how to echolocate. And once I knew that fact, I was like, oh my god, I have to fucking learn how. I don't care, it's usually done by, like, people who are blind to, like, you know, make a difference. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna learn. There have been people who have learned, and to me that's, like, the most insanely cool thing of all time. What do you mean people have learned how to echolocate? I mean, your brain just has to figure out patterns and shit. Hello? The phone booth? It is a phone booth. Out here? Why? Who? This person is drawing laundry, and 2 feet from their house is a phone booth. What a weird spot. What a really weird, specific spot for a phone booth. If that is a phone, like... Can I say I kind of like the... I don't know. I like public phones. Pay phones. There's a post about, like, do people have to memorize numbers back in the day? Like, hell, I always had a phone that I could, like, have, like, a dial on, even if the flip phone had, like, contacts on it. But even I remembered my parents' phone numbers. Like, my parents made sure I did. And I still remember them, even though my parents' numbers have changed. Here... Sorry, sometimes text appears, and it's really weird. Because if I scan that again, it's not going to be there anymore. If I scan that, it's going to be gone. Watch this. See what I mean? There's something trying to be conveyed to me if I pay attention. Dude's just like, fuck. Gotta break a couple of fucking eggs, Jack. I don't know what he says. I have no idea. My nebulous knowledge of Metal Gear is secondhand. The only game I've seen all of is probably like the original, or at least like Twin Snakes, which is not everyone's favorite, but I think Twin Snakes seems fun to me, if maybe not as Integris as the original. It's close enough. Even though you can cheese it. Hey, you're at a playground. We're making the mother of all omelets here, Jack. Can't fret over every egg. And he just fucking punches him or something. Playground. Yo, just swing. I would always be the most dangerous kid at the playground. To myself, not to anybody else. I'm not like beating up children as a child. Speaking as I was a child. But I'd be the kid who like crawls around the outside of the playground complex and like on top of the roof of the building. Instead of like sliding down the slide, I'd be like sitting up there. It's like, what are you doing? What are you doing, man? Hey, what are you doing, fun? I'm like, I'm having fun. You know, as my name says. When I could die at any second, the teacher's like, hey, I guess he's fine. He's enjoying himself. He's doing what he wants. They called me the climbing freak. This. What is this? Weird lump. One day I wouldn't mind playing Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance. It's more action, right? It's basically like a character action game. There's too many of those. I still haven't gone all the way through Bayonetta. I've been meaning to get to at least Bayonetta 2. I've never played a DMC game, although obviously most people say start with DMC. What, 3? 4 is very good, and then 5's great, obviously. 1's fine, 2's shit. I guess the classic God of War games, which has nudity. Well, no character action is truly brainless. That's why I don't always call them hack and slash, because it's like, these are fucking hard. I always talk about how fucking difficult Bayonetta was, or even Astral Chain was. They're difficult. They're genuinely hard. You have to try really hard. And they're always based around a character. You're an iconic, distinctive, flashy character with very flashy moves in a hack and slash action game. Makes sense. You think of like Kamiya and crew. Even if you live through them, you feel kind of shitty. Oh yeah, no, I beat Bayonetta. What are these guys? What? Oh, wait, no, that's a car. I thought they were like plague masks dudes. No, it's a vehicle. I beat Bayonetta and I fucking did terrible. All of my ratings in every level were shit. I was like barely beating them. And I was like, what do you want from me? And then there were side challenges. And I was like, wow, this side challenge I could spend 6 hours doing and I could still not do it. Bloody hard. Really bloody hard, man. All right, now what is this creature? Oh, I just made fucking SpongeBob. I can't believe it. It's hard to tell where your fucking cursor is, so you kind of have to just guess. Beautiful. Yeah, I guess this is like a weird freak cat. Then we got like sad SpongeBob. Put a couple holes there. An owl? I don't know. Oh, it's weird when you do like this, because it's like there's an indent. Yeah, millions of dots. Millions of dots. Dots for me. Millions of dots just for me. Millions of dots. What is that? Floating in the air. Without a care. Oh, it's a hot air balloon. Oh. It's a weather balloon. And look, I like how they stay. Look, you get this great visual of like SpongeBob and a cat on the wall. Guys, this is my new favorite drawing program. What are you guys using? You're using like Gale Force, fucking GIMP, Krita, A-Sprite. Fuck off. No. If you're not using the Lidar Exploration Program, you're a moron. Alright, have a sheet. I gotta tell you. Paint tool Sai, it's a good one. Whatever app came free with my device. What the fuck is this? Some kind of... What is this? Observatory. So something happened, we got like flooded, there's like aliens? I don't know. There's a story here. I don't know if I can piece through what's going on level by... I guess I haven't played enough levels yet. You know what that reminds... This, I don't know why, I know it's like a Hubble, but it makes me think of the astronomer's place in Majora's Mask. Oh, graveyard. For a game that I think has a lot of flaws, there's a lot of peace and a lot of solace in Majora's Mask. That isn't in Ocarina of Time. They're very different emotional games. There's a lot of good feelings in both, but there is like the lingering sadness in everything you do in that game that makes everything just feel like... I don't know. Bittersweet, cold, and warm. It makes every area just feel special in some way. Big rubber ducky. Oh, it's my favorite. Rubber ducky. That's not what a duck sounds like. Not what a duck sounds like. Actually, you know what? When I do like a duck sound, that's not a duck. That's like a goose. The fucked up goose makes those sounds. Rubber ducky. Yeah, how many horror, quote-unquote horror games am I going to play this year that are just me walking around? Again, whether or not I finished the liminal space game that broke my computer the other day, I have a separate one, which I might play instead, that truthfully just seems to be a better version of the one I already played. Although I do think it might have one small section of pools in it too, which would be disappointing. Or I'm just getting sick of it. But everything else is the neat part. Is it you? What? Dream Core. If that's recognizable in any capacity. What the fuck is this? Wait, what is that? What is this shape? And that's all those games are. You walk around and you explore. And you get lost because they always treat it like a big fucking maze. Is it you? What is this thing? No, it's not me. I don't know. Scrubber ducky. Airplane with advertising. Oh, what? That's an airplane? This area's been very neat, but what am I missing? Oh, the exit. Wow, that was all of them. Rubber ducky. Rubber ducky. Hello, it's my name. My name is Rubber Ducky. Your name? Rubber Ducky. Yes. Yes, that's my name. It's Rubber Ducky. His name is Rubber Ducky. I never realized it was
his name was Rubber Ducky before. I thought he was a cool dude. Then I learned his name, and I thought, well, to myself, hey, wait a second. Wait a second. If his name is Rubber Ducky, he can't be a part of my gang. You know, I can't have a guy called Rubber Ducky, you know, murder. I can't say, hey, Rubber Ducky, murder this man. That's not gonna come across very nicely. And I asked him if he wanted to be called something else or rename himself. Well, he said, no, I want to be called Rubber Ducky. And I said, sheesh, man, have a seat. And when he had his seat, I fucking took his head off because I couldn't stand having this motherfucker in our team. I'm sorry, I regret it. He didn't deserve it, but I couldn't take his name. I just couldn't take his name. It just was unacceptable.
I don't know what that bit was. Don't worry about it. Ignore it. Wow, no animals this time. Oh, I forgot about the bats. Jesus, I only used them at the beginning. Ugh. Forget everything. You know what's funny? The games it's funny that the games that... Not the games I like the most, but a lot of the games that I end up enjoying the most, like when I played Slay the Princess, I love that game. They're also the same kind of games that get a lot of people who like watching them. In some cases, I mean, there's a lot of variety, but it's always like, what is this weird, niche, somewhat emotional game of like, you know, I don't know, special interest... You know what they are? They're special interest games. I fucking love special interest games like that. Like me playing Undertale. Or Yume Nikki. Sure, there's other good examples of games like that, but that I haven't gone through yet. There's plenty of little games. There's One Shot, you know, is one of those ones where it's like, okay, I would like to play that probably. All these little niche, weird RPGs or visual novels with some strange emotion to it. Wishing Well. Mother 3. I've already played Mother 3. Not on stream. I will. I will stream Mother 3 one day. I love that game. That game makes me cry. Even though I've technically streamed Mother 1 before. Technically. I ought to do it properly. Ironically, the game I might stream first might be Earthbound. Just because, ironically enough, it's kind of the game I have the least amount of experience with. I could probably go through Mother 1 pretty quickly, though, if I know what I'm doing. Oh, fuck, this is Dune. If maybe I'll just grind a bit off stream, though, just because of why not. I don't want to do all my... Hello? Oh my god, I thought these were fucking people. Those, of course, every game I mentioned are all very big, long RPGs. And you kind of have to budget that into the fucking schedule. No, but it's like, I'm glad that other people are enjoying me watching me play Slay the Princess. Because I fucking loved it a lot. I really, really did. It was so fucking good. You know, it sucks if you really like a game and you're really into it and you're playing it and then nobody gives a shit at all, no one gives a shit, nobody cares. I guess it's just me. It's whatever, you know, fine. Well, I just took it seriously. That's all you can really ask about a game that... Of relative... It's not like the most seriousness, but like... You get... And it makes sense. You get how people are going to have, like, some emotional attachment to it. You know, I can make, like, weird shapes if I do this. A little bit. You get, like, a weird three-dimensional. I don't play slop. I play, like... I played a Half-Life and Donkey Kong and Kirby. Which one of those is slop, alright? Kirby, clearly. See how much shit Kirby puts in his fucking mouth? This isn't slop! Hey, this game is genuinely cool. between sessions of Ari slop and suck slop and monkey slop. I like how Resident Evil slop is just, there's not even another category for it. It's just Resident Evil slop. That's a Resident Evil, like, you could have called it survival horror slop, but no, it's Resident Evil slop. It's different. Omori slop, Deltarune slop. Yeah, you're right. When Deltarune comes out next, I'm not going to play it, evidently, clearly. It's just slop. It's just slop! Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, I know. The usual. Everything I played recently is all slop-based. Sorry, all day I was listening to, like, old Ricky Gervais podcast from the 2000s, which was one of the first big podcasts. Nothing to do with Ricky Gervais, to be honest. That's not why it's funny. Although he's an egotist and an asshole. But his podcast, which was one of the first big podcasts on the internet back in, like, the 2000s, is very funny. And a huge part of it's not because of him, it's because of him and Stephen Merchant and Carl Pilkington. It became this big craze because of... Carl Pilkington is a guy who's real and he exists. And he's a person, he's not putting on an act. But he has some of the most amazing and dumbfounding, sincere responses to questions that you would never consider. It's fascinating. Like, it's hard to describe. But for example, Ricky Gervais likes to ask him occasionally, like, little, like, you know, conceptual things to see if he'll understand the concept. Like, the monkeys, you know, the infinite monkeys on a typewriter. And he's like, yeah, so the infinite monkeys on infinite typewriters, they could eventually rewrite the works of Shakespeare, right? Because it's infinite. Carl Pilkington just doesn't get it. He just doesn't get it. He's like, well, no, they make mistakes. It's like, well, no, but it's infinite. Yeah, but surely, you know, they make, who's checking his work? It's like, it's not about who's checking it. It's not actually happening. It's a hypothetical. It's just about infinity. It's like, but, you know, surely they'll get tired. You got to swap them out. And it keeps going where he completely doesn't understand the point of the concept. He's getting too fixated on the fact that there's monkeys on typewriters and that they're going to make a mistake. And then it's like, oh, if it's one monkey versus other ones, how they know they're not typing the same page, that doesn't matter. He's completely missing the point. Or the whole thing about, like, one door goes to heaven, the other door goes to hell. The guy in the front will tell you only lies, and the other guy tells you truths. And he comes up with some scenario about, you know, well, I'll say, hey, I got a post for God. It's not trying to use logic. He's just like, oh, how I would do it. And then he's like, Ricky explains the logic behind how you would do it properly. He's like, well, you know, I would just say, this is the right one. He's like, yeah. And he's like, okay, this is the point where you use your gut feeling. It's like, you can't use your gut feeling. He's like, no, at this point, I don't care if they're identical. You get like a little twinge from that guy, you go the other one. Sounds like a Kunk interview. Here's the problem, though. It's not. He's real. He's just a real person. And there are times when he says things that are genuinely, like, that's the one annoying part, is because Ricky Gervais and Stephen Merchant are there to, like, to be the straight man for the ridiculousness. But then, I mean, they're making fun of him, and he accepts it. He's basically the producer for the show, and he's worked with them for years, so he's fine with it. If it wasn't consensual, and they obviously all mutually benefited, he's fine that they're ostensibly making fun of him in a lot of aspects. But sometimes he does say things that are genuinely conceptually interesting. Like, he was like, oh, I'm questioning, you know, am I the mind or the brain? And he says some of the most brilliant, like, one-liners. Like, there's like, they go on in this entire conversation about, you know, oh, sometimes you go outside and you see people going to the gym because they work out a lot, and as soon as it hits the right temperature, the shirts are off. It's like, well, I wouldn't do that because I don't, you know, I'm not a big strong guy. I'd go outside with my shirt off for some reason. He always comes up with a scenario for why things would happen, even though you're just talking about a fake scenario. You don't have to come up with, like, well, you know, I spilled coffee and therefore I took my shirt off. He has to, in his head, come up with, like, an idea of why things are happening in order for it to make sense to him. He's like, well, I would... He's like, oh, I would take my shirt off in public for some reason, and they'll walk by some ladies and they laugh at me. And the scenario he made, why are they laughing at him in his own scenario? Whatever. But he made the point of, like, imagine if I could switch, you know, head transplant. He understands that his head is, you know, and his brain is him. But he's like, well, it wouldn't be my body. I wouldn't feel bad then. If I was, let's say I switched bodies with a portly fellow, and I walk by those ladies again and they laugh at me, my shirt off, being portly, I wouldn't feel bad about it because it's not my body. And it's like, what do you mean it's not your body? It's attached to your head. And then they talk about, well, okay, if you go home and you take off your pants, you got your John Thomas there. Would you mess with it as much as you would normally? He's like, well, not as much because it's not mine. Even though it's attached to you. You had a whole head transplant. You moved heads to a different body. And it was the most brilliant thing where it's like, well, yeah, but you would be touching another man's penis. And he's like, well, no, because the hands aren't mine either. So basically, in his head, he switched. He put his head on a different body, but the body's not his body, even though his head's attached to it and he's controlling it. So therefore, in his perfectly genuinely genuine, straight idea is that he would basically comes down to he's just staring at another person playing with their own penis, with his head attached to it. And that's what the scenario is. And the way it develops, because they're asking him questions, and it leads to him saying this stuff, and it's the most brilliant shit. And it's things about he thinks a lot about animals and how what are they doing? What's a seal doing? It's just it's between a fish and a dog. He just sits there all day. Get rid of it. We don't need it. It's like stuff like that. Where it's like, what do you mean we don't need it? It helps the the ecosystem. It's like what is it doing? It's just sitting there all day. Get rid of it. He's secretly a genius, and it's really fucking funny to hear his conversations, asking him questions. All this, he just watches whatever he reads. He's like, oh, it could be true. They had a segment called Monkey News where he just reads about articles about monkeys, and he's like, yeah, no, it's real. I read it. It's real. It's like, oh, they put a monkey into space and they got him to control it by having a little trapdoor that would leave a little treat if he pressed this button. So they got the monkey to do it. It's like, no, that's not real. They didn't send a monkey into space. They didn't have a banana lever to get him into doing these things. But he just reads it, and and he's not stupid. He has a job, and he has a partner he's been for quite a while. But he has these amazing observations, and admittedly, I believe he didn't really go to school. He went to school, but he went there to sell illegal copies of games to people or something, and he didn't actually go for his own for education. He dropped out at some point, got a job, and has been working ever since at BBC related things. No, he's not. But there's a level of genuinely interesting thoughts crossed with genuine just not knowing things or thinking deeper about certain things. And it's kind of the way his brain works is marvelous. He's very entertaining. And there's plenty of instances where he was against Satnav because he thinks it makes people stupid. And the other two, Ricky and Stephen Merchant. Stephen Merchant, by the way, was the guy who voiced Wheelie in GLaDOS. Big longtime partner with Ricky Gervais. If you hear that voice, that's Stephen Merchant. And they were making fun of him for it. And I'm like, I understand what he's talking about. I don't know roads because I use Google Maps constantly. Is it important? Maybe not. Does it matter? Maybe not. Sometimes he says interesting things, but oftentimes his reasoning for having a certain perspective is not a one you would expect, and it's miraculous. I'm just saying, I recommend it. There's you can just watch 4 hours of it on YouTube, and it can make me just lose it. Every sentence he says makes me lose it. And of course they did a TV show called An Idiot Abroad, which is where those two just sent Carl to different countries. Someone who doesn't want to visit other cultures, doesn't want to see what else is out there, because he thinks he's happy where he's at. They decide to send him to these different cultures and do things and see how he's going to respond to it. And it's brilliant. It's just a lot of bollocks, isn't it? But he has he's genuinely very funny as well. Some of his observations are genuinely hilarious. And he's got nice perspectives on things, even though he doesn't think too much about it. He's a well-intentioned person who knows nothing about anything, so he can't really have the most appropriate response to things. But he's still well enough in his own thoughts. But that's it's amazing. I was listening to 5 hours of of it today, and I was just like constantly. It's genuinely something that can make me lose it. Where I don't lose, you've never seen me like lose it laughing on stream before. Not really, but shit like that, it was like it's brilliant. It's one of the things where I genuinely like. I'm on my couch hitting my fucking knee because I can't fucking control my body because I have to like do something because it's so fucking funny. You know when something is so funny to you where you're like, you can't sit still, and you never think like someone's pounding the table. It's like, no, I get it. Something when you really lose it to something, or it's just like it caught you off guard, and it's just like, then you're like your body's moving. Also, I think I can't go any further in this area. Wasn't this a desert? I guess that's a turbine of some kind, or like a wind farm. And it's a little dated, admittedly. Podcast is a little dated, and they talk about some slightly dated things because it's, what is that, like 15, almost 20 years out of date at this point? Thousands was a different time. And that's always something to keep in mind. But to me, it's fascinating. Ancient golem hand. Golem, rather. No, but it's funny that you never know what's really. Everyone has different sense of humor, but it's genuinely like. It's something that you wish someone could write something that funny or do stand up that funny with basic life observations. Like this one example. And I guess this was mean. Like I think I don't like making fun of people for anything, right? But he was talking about like he started keeping a small diary for whatever reason because they wanted to read from it. And he mentions like, oh, he's sitting on a plane next to a big guy, and he noticed the big guy playing his PSP, which tells you about, by the way, when this was happening. And he looked at the game the guy was playing, and it was darts. And he was like, man, this guy is so inactive that he can't even play a more active game in his PSP. I'm like, the guy's on the plane. Let him play his darts on the plane. But it's really funny. It's like, this big dude is so inactive he can't even play a more active game on his game console. Something, and it's just that was his genuine thought. It was like it's not even like he was making a joke. That was just like his thought that he wrote down on his diary while he was on the plane. And then he makes another like, this day he spent. It's like a child. He makes things of like, oh, I was at the park with my partner. She was reading the newspaper, and I was inspecting the ants on the desk. It's like what a child would do. Like your dad's reading the paper, and you're like looking at the bugs. Or investigating the moths. It's like, what are you doing? What are you doing with your spare time? It's marvelous. It's genuinely marvelous. Honestly, it's an enlightened life. Yeah, it's just... Sorry, I gotta stop talking about Carl Pilkington because it's gonna ruin me. This is a reference from like 20 years ago now. That was famous, but now it's like not. Skeleton of the creature. Of some creature. Oh, we don't know what it is. We don't know where they came from. Mega Man. We found energy resources. We have to capture them immediately, Mega Man. Sorry, I don't know why the fucking... What game is that even from? Which... Is that a mainline or is that an X? Is that like Mega Man 8, 7, X7? I don't know. I know that's from a Mega Man game, but I can't remember. It's the one with the shitty voice acting. I say that as if there aren't more than one with notable lines of voice acting. I mean, I know there's like the Iris. No, this can't be happening! I don't know if that's probably a different game. For all I know, it's all in one game. All of the bad notable voice acting in Mega Man's in one game. I have no idea. There's a lot of Mega Man games I don't know about. Like, when did they start getting, like, cutscenes? Jeez. Didn't Mega Man, like, start going, like, evolving in terms of, like, the visuals? And then they went back to, like, 8-bit visuals for, like, one of the, like, 9 or something? Mega Man 8, X4, and X7 are the funny ones, I see. Do I own... Is X4 the one I own, or is it X3? I own one of the X's. But I feel like one of the Mega Man games, they went back to, like, an old-school visual style for some reason. in the series when they were still advancing. And then obviously, was it 10 or 11 where they were like back to just 2D? And people were like, it's alright. Mega Man 11's fine. 7 and 8 SNES and PS1 graphically. I don't know why I thought like 10 was NES style again. And 9 plus 10. Yeah, why would you fucking do that? Sorry, maybe it's my opinion, but like just advance the series. Jeez, go to a new style. You don't need to do throwback. Just go whatever the era is. Especially when these series is already evolving. Like, I don't know. Maybe my opinion is for not. I don't know if 9 and 10 are even good. I hear nothing about them ever. 2 and 3 were the good ones. Oh yeah, 2 and 3 were the good ones, but we had like 8 other ones. You know, don't worry. 7, 6, whatever. Don't worry about those. Fucking eat a dick. To be fair, I can recognize like 1 and 2. I don't know if I can fully recognize some of the other ones off the top of my head. I imagine all of them kind of look similar in my head. Until you get to like to X, and then that's obviously a clear delineator, series-wise. I made a thumbnail for it, but I'm still gonna. I think, is it for 2 or is it 1 or for 2? I don't know if I even want to replay Mega Man 1, to be honest. I liked it well enough, but it's hard. Hard as fuck. And it's a game I played. I played Mega Man 1. Ironically, I've never beaten Mega Man 2. I don't know if it's harder or easier than Mega Man 1, but they are difficult games. Not that I can't beat difficult games. Hell, I beat the end of Castlevania. That was pretty fucking hard. But, what is this? The big cactus? What? Yeah, tall cactus. I was right. Small team that did 9 and 10. So it was around the time where they said Mega Man's a dead series, but we're gonna put somebody on them. We're gonna do nostalgia bait. We're gonna hope people might buy these. Fucking who cares? And then they did 11, and we're, I guess, hopeful that it might be bigger. And I guess Mega Man 11 probably did fine, and because they did fine, they were like, "Fuck it, we're not doing anything ever again." That's my understanding. I don't know if that's true or not. Unrelated, but Capcom's doing an Onimusha game. They own the rights because it's their game. They fucking made the originals. And I knew nothing about Onimusha. Apparently it's like a much more like an action. You slash, you do some cool stuff. You do like a parry, whatever. I didn't realize apparently Onimusha is like more like a Resident Evil styled game, the original. Classic Resident Evil, but like with like samurai shit. Seems quite cool. At some point, I feel like I ought to check out the series. There's a lot of old Capcom stuff. You've got, you know, what's the dinosaur one? You've got Parasite Eve. That was Capcom, wasn't it? Obviously, the classic Resident Evils. They did a lot of shit back in the day, and they seemed all of their games are really cool and interesting. Not that the games aren't still cool and interesting. They still are. They still do cool stuff, but... there was an era of Capcom that was really cool. That wasn't Mega Man, but, like, a lot of neat franchises they all invented and came up with. I'm really not finding many animals, weirdly. Yeah, one day I'd have to check it out. Because I think they're very neat. Old classics. Dave. What time is it? Oh shit, it's already been 2 hours. Sorry, I got very wrapped up in talking about whatever the fuck I was talking about. I think if I didn't restart the first level, I could probably maybe done this, I don't know. They've done the Zero games. Zero games are pretty good. The ZX series, the X, the ZX. Now you have access to the customization panel. Press N to open it. Hello, by the way. Oh, I can do scanner patterns. All right, what color was I using? What am I currently using? I'm using red. Yeah, I'm using red. Oh no, I'm in a cave. Okay, so I want to do like custom. I can load an image. What, like any image? Wait a fucking second. Sorry, we've unlocked something powerful here. We've unlocked something really powerful. I don't know. I just had that image. I just had that somewhere. I don't know why. It's already black and white, so it's gotta work. Amazing. Look at that. It worked perfectly. And then we just color in everything else. Oh no, Susie. Oh my god, Susie's fucked up. Brilliant. Alright, sorry, now I found we've unlocked something fun. What else we got? What other images do I have? Oh, nothing's gonna possibly work as well as that. There is this that someone took of me. Don't know why, but fuck it. Guys, I'm in the game. No, shrink that shit down. It's me. All right, what fucking hell? Sorry, I only have 3 customs. I'm gonna end soon. I can't keep playing this. But with this fucking feature unlocked, the possibilities are endless. And which one of my various drives on my PC has photos? This one? I've got a picture of Miyamoto. I've got a picture of a burger. Various video game box art. I got Byakuya. Wait a second. This, by the way, is from the Game Boy camera. Like, just load it onto the system, because it's a freak system. What? Is this even gonna work? No. Oh, it doesn't. What the fuck? It doesn't load. Yo, fucker. If I make it bigger. Or smaller. I've never done it like that. Oh, that's weird. Yeah, that one doesn't work. Fuck it. Something new. I don't know why this is so amusing to me, but it's very amusing to me. Got a dead Pikmin. Oh, you know what I can... Oh, that's fucked. Yo, you ever seen a sexy-ass fucking Pikmin like this? It's just not working correctly. What the fuck? I have to click save like a moron. That's my bad. Sorry. Sorry, I'm having way too much fun now. Just like... magic. I've got Mario. Mario is in this game? Oh my god. Yo, what happened, man? Wahoo! God, oh my god. Because it's transparent, it fucking works amazingly. Look at that shit. Look at him. Look at my boy. Where the hell are we? Great. Oh, his face is fucked up. It's me, Mario. Oh, no. All right, get rid of my fucking pog face. It's disgusting. It's gross. I could do the weird circle from you know what I got? I don't know why I have this image on my computer, but I do. Wait, shrink that shit. It's mug. Root beer. You guys ready for a mug moment? I guess if you wanted better fidelity, you need to make it bigger. Got Warwick Davis. I bought an Ocarina of Time cartridge. I've done normal Mario before. Jeez, I definitely have done normal Mario before. Listen. Don't admonish me for my sadness. Uplift me for my unsadness. I do have my folder of freak images. I probably shouldn't use because they're going to gross people out when they have like bug soup. Listen, Luigi!
Okay, listen, Luigi. I don't know what's going on here, but I think we're in some kind of cave.
Hey, Mario, I can't see anything. What's going on? Good album cover.
I just wanted to let you know, Lou, that I love you. You're like a brother to me.
But I am your brother.
Yeah, you are my brother, Luigi. You're definitely my real brother.
I don't like that laugh, Mario. There's something you're not telling me. Oh, that's weird. Oh, that's weird.
Don't worry about it, Lou. Listen, Mama Luigi wouldn't want you to think too hard. Remember, we're gonna be all right.
I have a lot of weird fucking photos on my computer for some reason. Hey, I got Shinji. Oh god. Look, it's him. He's very recognizable. He's very with his. Oh no. All right, I'm gonna end. Let me just do Shinji, and we'll leave it alone. Where are we? So completely fucking unrecognizable. You have to make it like really big, I think, if you want to do it like I gotta do like this. And then an anime face will slowly appear over time. As if by magic. Oh fuck, I ruined it. I ruined it. I do also like how the screen, like, it does that thing. That's really neat, where it's just like, I'm like, whoa, and it just takes me out of the system. I've done nothing this level. I'm quitting here. Maybe I come back to it. It'd be a short stream, but a neat game. A lot of these games that I played are oftentimes like an eventual part 2 might come to them, but maybe not immediately. Ugh. Just whenever I need another one. But yeah, at the very least, that was Lidar Exploration Program. That was great. Really fun. It's one of those games that you just like, you look at and you think, oh, this is neat, and you walk around and you think, oh, that's neat. Good shooting the shit game. And after all, isn't that what streaming's all about? But yeah, it was fun. Because if it's not fun, why bother? If you want some laughs, just look up Carl Pilkington and watch like the 2 or 3 minute clips that might show up. Just one or two of them. Maybe I'll share one in the Discord. But yeah, have a good night, everybody. Take care. I'll be back tomorrow, continuing Resident Evil, and hopefully I don't fucking like eat ass. We'll see. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.